Hi, my name is Greg Wilmot. I'm a counseling psychologist, and this is my 14th video that I'm doing in this series called Mental Health and Isolation. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about telemedicine or telepsychology, which is doing psychotherapy through a virtual platform such as WhatsApp, Skype, Zoom, or even over the telephone. I want to lean on some of my personal experience of working with clients through a virtual platform, as well as some reading that I've done recently and a conversation that I've had with the intern psychologist at the Rhodes University Counselling Centre. We've tried to kind of troubleshoot of how to provide the best possible service to the students who are now kind of starting their academic online orientation and trying to get the academic term going again. I don't have any formal training, but I want to kind of lean on some anecdotal advice just to be able to help you have a positive and impactful experience with your own therapist. First though, I do want to comment that it's been a good week in South Africa. We've seen a continued kind of very slow incline in infections and very low death rates in comparison to other countries. Other socioeconomic kind of equivalents in South America are not doing as well. President Cyril Ramaphosa spoke last night about a 500 billion rand stimulus package for phase 2 and phase 3 of getting the economy kind of back online. And I'm pleased to see that there's a lot of focus on the unemployed, on poverty, people who have lost jobs, and ensuring that people are not going hungry at the moment. So with psychology moving on to a virtual platform because of the lockdown at the moment, an important thing is that you do set this up well in advance with your psychologist. It takes a little bit of kind of working out of how to use the technology and how to kind of then schedule with one another so to ensure that it's a positive and impactful experience. So once you set up that session with your psychologist, I would strongly recommend that a good 10 or 15 minutes beforehand, you get yourself ready. You switch on a computer, you ensure that the internet is working, and you try and work out any kind of audio or visual glitches that might be happening so that you can start on time and then you can get straight into the therapeutic work. Importantly, if you are doing virtual therapy with your psychologist, there is a lot of debate in South Africa at the moment about some medical aids not paying the full amount. So do discuss with your psychologist and with your medical aid about what might be covered and what might not be covered. Importantly, not only in kind of getting all the glitch stuff out the way, do get yourself into a quiet, comfortable space and a safe space where there's a good chance that you're not going to be interrupted by various noises or other people. It might be difficult because you are living in a kind of confined space with other people, but try and negotiate with family or kind of living partners that you just kind of have a quiet and secluded space while you kind of have a 15-minute session with your psychologist. This would allow you to be able to kind of go into an emotional space, but also give the 15 minutes that you've got all that kind of focus and the attention that you deserve. Importantly, framing and lighting is quite important. I encourage people, and certainly the reading that I've done encourages people to be able to sit comfortably, safely, but sit upright and to frame yourself in the picture with your psychologist from kind of the midriff upwards. It's quite important for psychologists to be able to read your body language, for us to be able to see how you are responding to the conversation. We like to look at kind of people's facial expressions, so kind of be well lit and ensure that your psychologist can see you. We want to kind of be able to help you and respond timelessly, and because of this virtual bridge and gap kind of between us, we need to try and kind of get over that by being able to kind of see a little bit more of you. Importantly, even though there is this distance between you and your psychologist, it is very much a normal psychotherapy session. So yes, talk as you would normally talk. Try and overcome that bridge by sharing what some of your feelings are, maybe kind of elaborate about what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, and how you're responding in the moment. A very important thing between the psychologist and the client is about being able to kind of make process comments of what's happening between you and them right now. And I like to encourage people to kind of ask the question, is this working? There are inevitably going to be kind of lagging issues, or we're going to kind of, the line might drop. I've had it several times where I've had to kind of reconnect with a client, and we've got to kind of then try and overcome those and talk about those kind of those weird, novel and new things that we experience, so that we can kind of keep the process moving forward to ensure that it's as impactful as possible. Importantly, it must be a comfortable and it must be a safe space. It's your home. We're talking about very intense emotional stuff. So yeah, have a conversation with your psychologist about where you're going to have your cat, your dog, a cushion, a cup of tea, or something like that with you. We might encourage you to be able to make notes, have a blanket, and talk about some of the practical things. Are you going to be able to allow to drink a cup of tea, or is it fine if if you're smoking during that session? So consider some of those kind of real things, because they will have an impact on you feeling comfortable, but also the efficacy of the process. Importantly, eye contact is a difficult thing. We've got lots of distractions around us, and not all kind of cameras on smartphones or laptops are directly in line. Sometimes when I have to do videos, I would look kind of like a little bit off to the side so that I'm looking directly at the audience as they're watching it. So get used to and be comfortable with kind of that your psychologist or you might not be looking directly at your psychologist because the camera's there and the screen is there. I certainly write a lot of notes, so I might not be looking the whole time at my clients. So again, negotiate that with your therapist and try and kind of work through where there might be kind of some loss of communication. Importantly, listening becomes a very important factor at this time. Other kinds of distractions are not only kind of noises from outside or family members or pets, or here in Makanda, I've got cows and donkeys regularly going past. But other kind of distractions are things like having your email or WhatsApp and kind of other tabs open if you're on your laptop. I would certainly encourage you to try and kind of limit looking at emails, looking at messages during that time. One loses focus. Try and put your phone on silent or any kind of notifications on silent, and even switching off vibrations, because we can hear that vibration coming through on the other end. So yeah, there's a lot to kind of work through, and there's a lot more advice that I will be giving in the future videos about kind of trying to practically set up teletherapy so that it is effective. But I just wanted to talk today about some practical stuff and ensure that you're able to talk to your psychologist so that you feel comfortable and we're able to help you as much as possible. So if you have any questions, or if there's anything that you'd like to know about telepsychology or about the COVID pandemic and lockdown and the impact psychologically, do contact me. You can send me a message or an email and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I'll be back in a couple of days with another video and I'll see you then. Right, have a good week then. Bye.